welcome to the Next Gen Nation podcast, your gateway for all things anime and gaming
It's a
related.
gateway?
when did we become a gateway?
We're a gateway drug.
we just
We're a
got it like
gateway
that.
drug to the addiction that is the nerd culture.
Exactly.
There we go. That should be
We're what you need.
That should be our tagline.
We got that good
Next
stuff.
gen, yeah.
The
Next
gate-
Gen Nation, the gateway to something.
We'll have our
Make sure to-
non-existent fans decide.
Make sure to
We
mark.
have-
Make
we
sure to
have
mark
fans?
that.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure to mark that timer so we can patent that idea.
At this hour of this day during this recording.
So yeah, I am your host Dominique. I am the editor of Next Gen Nation.
I'm your other co-host, Joe. I write and help co-host the Next Gen Nation podcast.
And I'm Timothy. I'm the third guy, permanent third guy. I'm not a host. I'm
You're
just
not
a
a
third
host.
guy.
Oh, yeah, because you get to, yeah, what else do you get to do?
I don't know.
You get your own hosting job.
What?
You have your
Yeah, no,
own-
yeah. I'm the host of Controllers Down.
So-
yeah.
And you own this.
Yeah.
And you own us.
I own everybody here.
Basically, our
Yeah.
souls
No,
are forfeit.
I was the guy that started the group.
Oh, yeah.
and
Get
these
hyped.
guys started it with me. But I'm the main guy. Just so you know.
That's terrible. Oh my god.
Well, you know, it is
We
a
have
new
fun
year, and we're just getting started fresh. But you know, every other company is also getting started fresh, and they have so many trailers and cinematic, just works of art going out. So, what are you most excited for this year?
Okay, so I think 2015 is like the year where like the next gen consoles, next gen, current gen, whatever, are starting to like actually pick up steam because like especially like Xbox got a couple things like Sunset and stuff like that, but PS4 it was like a dry spell. We got third party stuff and like nothing else. I mean, this year.
Wasn't that because like everything was just delayed into 2015?
Exactly.
Like,
Well, that's what
2014
I'm
was
saying.
supposed
well,
to be the
2014
year.
was supposed to be a good year.
And
know,
the
like,
stuff that did come out was broken, primarily.
Yeah.
Drive Club.
Unity.
Drive Club Unity. AAA games, except for Mordor. Mordor came out all right.
Somehow that was a shocker. I'm not gonna
What,
lie.
the Mordor came out all right?
Not
Yeah.
gonna lie.
Inquisition came out great.
Yeah,
I'm not surprised.
No,
by
that's
that.
not bad though. Yeah, but
Glitchy,
like,
but great.
Mordor was just like, I thought it was gonna be terrible. And it was
My
great.
friend did have a really stupid glitch on Inquisition.
I
where,
have
like,
too.
He would load and like nothing would load. It'd just be like a blank white screen.
That's awesome.
And then you'd get the dirt. Then you'd get the grass.
wait,
and
is
then
it
the
running,
people.
Is it running on Unreal? That explains a lot of
I've
it.
gotten some funny things. There was this one time during like a cutscene. My party members, you just see them in the background running around all over the place and like
running into walls and
yeah,
stuff?
one of my party members, Iron Bull, was like just straight up running against the wall, and he's like this big guy. He's like, I can only run straight.
There is nowhere else to go.
Yeah, but yeah, it's still a really good game.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No. But this year's looking pretty hype. I think what got us excited a lot was Overwatch, like the beta. The beta for Overwatch is supposedly this year, and that's got me excited. They haven't really released any kind of like date for when the game or the
Right.
beta is going to come out, but like that's something I'm really excited for.
Yeah, from what we've seen in the trailer, it looks really fun.
Yeah, but like the cinematic trailer was great, and the gameplay trailer it looked like they had like a lot of good class balance for like a lot of the different characters.
Right.
You were talking to me about Bloodborne.
Yeah, I'm really excited about Bloodborne.
We're all still excited about Bloodborne. Like, it's just
Okay, this you don't play Dark Souls. What has you so excited about Bloodborne? Then?
I just really like the tone of the game. It's a bit different from what Dark Souls is in terms of like atmosphere. I feel the atmosphere looks a little bit different. And then this one's supposed to be a lot more action oriented as opposed to the Dark Souls games. And you know me, I like a lot of action.
You like that action.
I like action. And so what I'm excited that this is going to be like a faster paced Dark Souls because I have played a little bit of Dark Souls and
It's more defense.
Yeah.
But Bloodborne does seem more like offense.
and that's one of the main things I'm really excited for. And also like the characters just look awesome.
They do look cool.
the whole setting just looks amazing.
Oh,
for
yeah.
Bloodborne.
Yeah, it's like
just
gothic, like
Yes.
European, like awesome era.
like I would just love to kill there. That's basically all it is.
Just go around and
Yeah.
kill.
Like, this is a good location for killing.
For killing, for murdering of things with my giant axe.
This one has
and
more of like a
guns.
vampire hunter, zombie hunter vibe.
It does.
It does.
Yeah.
I would totally give you that. Yeah. Like from what we've seen, they're more like wretched like monsters that you
Yeah.
might hear about in like grim stories or something like that. But yeah, no, I totally agree. Is there anything you're excited for coming up in the 2015?
Well, as you know, the whole crew is ready for an officiated release date of Monster Hunter 4.
Oh my god!
Get hype.
I wasn't hyped until you guys told me to get hyped.
It is February 13th.
February 13th.
February 13th.
It even comes with its own DS.
It does
The
come
new
with it.
DS.
I'm actually upgrading. I'm going through GameStop and I'm going to upgrade to the new 3DS and then
Now,
get.
see, I want to do that, but I have so many downloaded games that I don't want to lose all of that by trading it in and losing my profile.
That is the one thing about Nintendo. They don't seem to have that because like I'm not invested in this 3DS as a unit.
Right.
So I'm willing to trade it in for $100.
Yeah, same here.
So
The only
But
reason
I
I'm gonna
have good games that I don't want to lose. I still have Fantasy Life.
yeah, no, you
Animal
have a lot of games
Crossing,
in there. It's
yeah.
not very fair.
I still want to keep my Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, even though I'm going to be on 4. I still like to have that.
I find it astounding that they don't let you like re-download games on different consoles.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. But my friends are saying that there's some different ways to go about it. To like, if you had another DS,
I thought you could transfer stuff.
yeah, you can transfer it to another DS. But it's like, I can't turn in my system.
See, this is what I'm wondering:
then
is if I can
transfer
do,
the
is if I can do,
data.
you can do that. They'll let you do that.
I want to ask them. To see
We'd
if
have to
they'll do
ask
that.
them. Yeah. Anyways,
But if that's the case, then I'll definitely be switching and getting the upgrade.
But Monster Hunter, it's definitely like it's just a strict upgrade. No water, which I'm happy for because I
Yes.
think I'm going to be playing
No water
the
fights.
bow, which is like terrible underwater.
Everything is terrible underwater. Like literally.
why they got rid of it.
How
what-
often do you see people actually fight underwater unless you're
With
in a
giant
movie?
swords
Yeah.
and giant arrows. Yeah, no, it doesn't
But it's
happen
like
very often.
you need to on Monster Hunter 3 for like certain
Yeah,
bosses.
you
and
do.
It's just like disgusting.
4 is based on like verticality.
Yes.
Right? It's like aerial, like diving off of things and climbing up things and different levels. Like
And
that's
with
what
the
it's going
insect
for.
glaive, you can actually launch yourself into the air and then come down and still do the same.
Yeah, you're
mechanics.
like
It's
a
just-
dragoon from Final
Yes.
Fantasy. That's what I was saying. It's like, cool.
Speaking of Final Fantasy, they are having a new expansion. It's supposed to be released by fall of this year.
This is for 14, right?
Yes,
Okay.
Around
Born.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I haven't
So-
actually gotten around to playing it.
Yeah, we never touched it. Like, I feel like if you and I, like, we're just like one day, like on PS4, just like, hey, let's play this game, and we like actually committed to it.
Yeah.
It'd be fun, but
They had a little winter sale where they were selling the game for $10.
yeah, but then you
And
still
you
have to
get the
pay.
month.
Yeah.
But you still
Yeah,
gotta
you
pay
still have to
the
pay the monthly after, but I mean, if you are into MMOs, it is worth it.
I totally get why it's cool. It's just I don't think we want to spend the money each month because we don't dedicate ourselves to MMOs
No, yeah.
like you do.
Yeah.
It takes dedication. And, like,
Dominique is resident MMO
like
guy.
for people who
I
don't
used to.
dedicate themselves to it, then you definitely want to do SWTOR, which had their Shadow of Revan expansion at the end of 2014, and it's still going strong now.
See, I wish that was on like PlayStation. If that was on PlayStation, I'd be happy.
That'd be sick.
It would be sick.
That'd be sick.
I don't know if it'd work.
It would. 14 works really well. on
14 does
console.
work well. I've seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. What else comes out? Halo 5's coming out. I know we're not big Xbox guys. We have nothing against them. We just don't really play it.
Yeah.
But like Halo 5 looks great. Especially like I'm happy to see that they're kind of continuing support for the Xbox right now with first party stuff because like they got like Sunset. That's like second party though because that's like from Insomniac. So that's like
Right.
they don't really own them, but like right now they're in a deal with that. So yeah, like I think it's like the only big first party thing Xbox is getting so far. Are they getting a new Forza? I don't think so.
It's
don't know.
Forza.
Forza.
Their first party thing, I don't know how it's going to do. I really don't have that much faith in it, but they are going to have the Fable Legends.
Oh yeah, that's okay.
It's not.
It's not looking great. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
it's-
It's not looking like the best thing.
It's an interesting concept, but for Fable, it's not what we're looking for.
Well, it
you
looks
know?
it looks a
Fable,
bit
too.
generic. That's the problem,
Very.
and it looks like a generic dungeon crawler set in Fableverse. But then, like, why do you have it even set there? Just make it like a new universe that doesn't revolve around because it's like revolves around player choice. That was the whole
I mean,
point.
why
of
didn't
Fable.
they just re-release Fable 1? You know, they did the HD version, but they released it everywhere except the Xbox One.
Which is really strange to me.
Yes.
I don't know. I guess.
It's weird. But a theory my friend had was like, well, you know, no one's going to want Legends if they do the HD version.
Yeah, but no
for
one's
the
gonna want
Xbox.
Legends anyway.
But they're going to try and get as much, hopefully they're just trying to get as much money from Legends sales, and then
I mean,
they'll be
I'd like
yeah,
to see that.
come get
like,
the HD.
Like, I don't know how much money they actually threw down for development for Legends, but I don't know if it'll actually make all the money back.
I hope it
Hopefully
wasn't
will.
much.
I mean, it doesn't look bad. It just doesn't look exciting to me. I'm not excited by it.
No.
But yeah, like Halo 5 looks great. Like even I'm like, I kind of do want that because like I play more first-person shooters than I would say most of us do, and I'm interested in how they're using the jetpacks because like Titanfall obviously had it. Now Call of Duty has it. Like,
Right.
you're like I think it's like standard issue
so
now. Like
odd to see
everyone's
Call of Duty with jetpacks.
jetpacks, like with the exosuits.
Yeah,
as
so
they
There's
are
been
called.
this big wave of like tons of sci-fi games with jetpacks and stuff recently.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just like I think it's just providing mobility. It kind of harkens back to me. It harkens back to like Quake and Unreal Tournament, where it's just like
Right.
everyone's just hopping around everywhere, and it was
Yeah,
just
it's
constant
crazy.
turning and stuff, and like you just had to. It's more precision based.
Right.
I don't know, but that interests me. I don't know if it interests me enough to like get me to purchase an Xbox One, especially because none of us play them.
Yeah.
But like, no, it's definitely shaping up to be a good game, which is great because 4, well, it was good. I don't think people really thought of it as like a great Halo game because Bungie didn't make it.
Right.
Because Bungie's been doing Destiny, which is obviously the best game of 2014. So yeah.
What is this now?
What is Destiny?
Another thing I'm really excited for.
Is the Division coming out this year?
The Division is coming out in February, right?
I don't know.
Confirmed?
From me, maybe. Breaking news, guys. No, I
Because
think
you're the
it's
guy to go to for
I
release
think,
dates.
I think February is. I think it's supposed to go out in February. Either that or they're going to push it to fall. But I think it's supposed to go because they pushed it already.
Yeah. I just wanted to.
I think
come
it's getting a little busy there though because like Bloodborne's PS4 exclusive, so
Right.
they might have moved it to somewhere else.
Project Cars is this year, right?
Project Cars is this year
I'm.
because we'll probably get
Yeah.
Project Cars
Yeah.
because
We need a racing game.
yeah, there's no good racing game because we got Drive Club and Drive Club was less than satisfactory
Exactly.
and had a very poor launch
Right.
to say the least.
The Crew's not a racing game, but it's still.
The
It's
Crew
like
is like an
arcade,
open
yeah.
world arcade
Yeah.
game, and that's
It's
not
really
like
in-
something.
Not exactly what we're
He
looking
doesn't
for,
want to
yeah.
play that, and I don't really
You're
want to
looking
play
for
that.
actual just racing.
Yeah.
Like we just want to like a track.
Okay.
If it looks good and it plays well, we'll play it. And like I saw Project Cars, and I'm not like a sim racer guy, and I saw that I'm like, oh, okay, I see why this is cool.
Right.
Interesting.
So yeah, I'm willing to get on board. But yeah, no, 2015. Oh, my big one, besides like the Overwatch beta, but that's just a beta, is Uncharted 4 is finally.
Looks really good.
It looks gorgeous. It actually looks gorgeous.
Yes.
And I think, I don't know, I wouldn't say it's like pushing the envelope, but it's like just evolving, like, and it's just integrating all the different kind of facets of the gameplay. Like,
I mean, the
If
thing
you-
about Uncharted for me is that I can look at their cinematic trailers and actually believe it's
That
going to
it's
look
like-
like that when it's released.
well, like, yeah, and well, that's the thing is like that first footage it showed, like way back for like their teaser where it's like him going through the forest.
Yeah.
And then you see the gameplay
actual
trailer,
gameplay,
and
it's
it
like-
just cuts from that to gameplay, and you're just like, oh,
This-
so it's just in game.
This
Okay.
is what trailers should do.
I saw the footage of Uncharted 4, and I haven't played any of the other Uncharted games.
Really?
But when I saw the footage for 4, I'm like, I want to go back. I want to go play all the other Uncharted games.
Oh, we have
so
them.
I can
You
play 4.
absolutely should.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have all 3.
Yeah, you do.
I'm not too worried. Yeah, no, and then
And they're quick games. They don't take that
they're
long.
not
Right.
long. They're like 7-8 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get through 'em. 2 is like still one of my favorite third-person shooters. I think it might be
Yes,
like
2 is fantastic.
3 is good. 3 is underrated.
Is it?
I think it's like people because they compare it to 2.
No,
You inherently
don't
compare it
do
to 2,
that.
and you say this is not as good of a game, which it's not. But it's also like 2 like lived up, like really built up.
But I mean, 2 was just.
2
It
is great.
came out swinging so hard with that train scene.
Oh yeah, the train
Like, come
scene's
on.
great.
Come on.
He doesn't know about any of this. You'll see.
You've seen the trailer at least, right?
Yeah.
Like
With the train sequence and them like
Yeah, that's
that
like-
was like that took them like a year to do or something.
Did it
Just
really?
that sequence.
Oh, wow.
Because
But-
it's like like they did like the physics of it. It's not like some like
Oh.
sequence. It's like that he will move and stuff with the physics of the train. So like
Oh.
he'll start falling over and
Oh,
stuff.
wow.
It's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's amazing.
Anyways,
But then, once people get through with Inquisition, and if such a thing happens, you get bored of it.
I'm
There's
almost
The
done.
Witcher.
I'm
oh my
almost
god,
done with
I
Here's
the
The
forgot about
Witcher.
Witcher. When does Witcher come out? When
I
does
don't
Witcher?
know.
Okay, Witcher.
But it was
Witcher 3. They say. Oh, I'm sorry.
what was it supposed to be? I don't know. They're still doing pre-orders.
Like the running joke with Project Red is like at the end of the trailers, it's always like coming when it's done, or
Yes.
like when it's finished, or something like that. they're pretty coy about when they actually are going to release a game. But I'm pretty
Right.
sure it's out somewhere.
At least they have a sense of humor about it.
Oh no, they totally do.
Yeah.
Like I think that's what they did for like whatever that was, that like Steam that
Mhm.
Punk game, the future game. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
One where they just showed like a
Future
CG
game?
trailer for
Yeah.
it, and they're just like coming whenever we get to it or something like that. It's like they know that like they're making huge games, and they come out when they come out.
Right.
Yeah. No, 2015 is shaping up to be, I think, a lot better as long as we don't get a lot of delays again. But I don't think that's going to be the case. I think the consoles are finally coming to their own, and PC is, going along just as well. It's still getting like a lot of good indie games this year. So.
Yeah. Hopefully, I just don't want PC to get screwed out of another game. Like they've been they've been having bad luck getting because they've been making games for consoles, and then they don't really put in the work to make it PC compatible and make it as smooth.
Well,
on
if you look
PC.
at like Ubisoft games and Destiny didn't even come to PC and stuff Grand Theft Auto just recently got delayed another 3 months or something like that. So like, you get it when you get it kind of thing.
I'm a little upset with a lot of like PC ports that come out for like a lot of games that come out like originally for like console games and then ported to the PC.
Yeah.
Like say the Dark Souls PC.
Dark Souls got screwed.
Yeah, and then
And-
like
Yeah,
the
that was
Inquisition
actually
controls are just terrible.
Well, which is strange because the other Dark Dragon Age games are
Origins.
made for PC.
Yeah, Origins
first.
Origins works really
Origins
well for
is-
PC.
Origins is PC.
That was the PC.
Yeah.
2 was made to be more friendly for console versions.
Yeah,
so
but
they took
people
a-
hate that game. So.
People hate the story. They like the action and stuff. The action is the same thing that they kept in Inquisition. The gameplay is the same in Inquisition, so it's more comfortable and more suitable on a console than the PC. But they really didn't even bother trying to make it comfortable on the PC. And so
Oh,
now
okay.
it's like, if you were trying to be a purist and play with the mouse and keyboard, you're just gonna have such a rough time.
Yeah.
Such a rough time.
So like, we kind of talked about like 2015 coming up. Is there anything that like is flying under the radar for you guys that, or like something like that that you haven't really seen a lot of coverage for? This is like coming up. Is there
Type
anything-
0,
Okay, what's this?
Final Fantasy Type
Oh yeah.
0.
Oh yeah. The
Originally known as a Gito 13 for the mobile phone.
what an easy title.
But it got canceled because no one really plays stuff like that on a mobile phone.
No, PSP. It came out for PSP.
Yeah, but it was turned in. It was called Type 0 at that point.
Okay.
It was a Gito 13, and it was originally intended for the mobile phone. And they were making the portable version to come after.
Okay.
But they just completely canned the mobile version, changed the name to Type 0, and it hit PSP in Japan. And they didn't announce a US release until people who were actually like making a US translated version, they got like right to the end where the game was like fully translated.
Oh wow.
And Square Enix was like, "Good news, guys, we're re-releasing it in an HD version." So don't even worry about that English translated crap over there. We got the good stuff for $50, $60.
We get the good stuff for $60. It's funny because that was originally shown off with what the 13 cycle.
Yeah, it was supposed to be
The
13
Crystallis
versus
whatever.
13, a Gito 13, all at the same time. There was no 13.2 or
Right.
Lightning Returns.
Yeah, it was just like this site, and like so that was what eventually became 15, which is coming out
But the,
eventually
yeah.
sometime.
eight years
At
years
some
later,
point.
8 years later.
15 rises from the ashes.
Oh my gosh, the 15th age, and then so you have 15, and then you have Type 0, which is coming out in HD for PS4, which it looks decent.
It's
like graphically for just strictly talking about
PS4,
looks,
I think
looks
it's
okay.
Vita and the Xbox One.
Is it coming out for Xbox One?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. And then with
Yeah,
that
Final
comes,
Fantasy is not really Square Enix not doing
it's
so much
not
exclusivity anymore. So
Yeah. And then that comes with a demo for 15, which is
demo for Kingdom Hearts. No.
no 15. No.
Demo for 15. Yes.
Yes.
But speaking of
A demo
Kingdom
for Kingdom Hearts 3, we like.
Speaking of Kingdom Hearts 3, though, at the end of the year there was a
That whole
confirmed.
ordeal.
Okay.
Oh, it's
this
definitely coming out in 2015. And then Square Enix is like, wait.
There's no
didn't
actual
confirm
review.
that.
Yeah.
And then he's like Gorsh because it was Goofy's voice actor.
Yeah.
Goofy's English voice actor was like, yeah, this game will definitely be out by the end of 2015. We've already done all the voice acting. We already have it all recorded, so you don't have to worry. It's coming out. And it's
Square
like,
Enix USA is like, whoa, wait a minute.
so
hold up.
we don't have a game for that
Hold
yet.
up.
We
Wait
just
a
have the
minute.
voices.
We got the voices.
Yeah, like that's like one of the easiest parts, like of the game development process. But like
Right.
they changed engines within like the last year or so, like the last year and a half or so. Well, like they changed from the Luminous engine, which runs both all the 13 games, and it runs 15. And it was originally intended that they would use Kingdom Hearts 3 under the Luminous engine, but then they changed it to Unreal Engine 4.
Yeah.
Which is always a reliable engine, especially when it loads things in, starting with a white page and then slowly puts in dirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, what an engine.
Yeah, with all these things, I'm not expecting it to come this year.
I hope it doesn't, because then it'll be
It'd be rushed.
Yeah.
and bad, and I don't want that.
Yeah.
I've waited.
I want the game.
I've waited a good 10 years already. I can wait.
Yeah, I can. I'm
more.
thinking like end of 16 or like maybe
Mid 16.
I think
winter
spring
of
16 is reasonable for like the earliest.
I think fall 16 or winter 17. You know what I'm saying? Like early winter, like January, February,
okay.
March.
Yeah.
That time slot.
I get you.
Because that would be like past fall and they'd have that all to themselves. Because like 2 came out in March.
Right.
Stuff like that.
I mean, let's be real. They can compete with whatever's coming out.
Oh
at
yeah.
any
Well, I
point.
mean, they
They're
gotta.
gonna-
I'm
they're
not
gonna
worried.
smash
Like people are
sales.
like talking about like Final Fantasy 15, and then like you're like Kingdom Hearts 3, and they're like Kingdom Hearts 3, and like they'll like like that's why it's exciting. So yeah, no, that's definitely something to look forward to. Maybe in a year we'll be talking about looking forward to Kingdom Hearts 3, but not right now.
Yeah. A little early for that.
Literally for that.
Very early. Poor
So-
Goofy.
Yeah, I think maybe we should take a look back then about some because we've been looking forward, and you guys don't really know a lot about us yet. So maybe we should tell you a little about like weird games that we've enjoyed
In the past.
in the past
Childhoods.
that maybe you have not heard of yet. Well,
Or
okay,
you've probably heard of them, but you've definitely overlooked some of these
Yeah.
titles just because.
Everybody's always talking about like those big name games.
you mean like Uncharted?
Super Mario.
Who would talk? Who's this Mario? I don't know anybody about this Mario.
What's a Sonic?
What is a Sonic?
Wow, Mario. Isn't 10 coming out this year? Mario Party?
Yep, that is coming out for
Another
3DS.
Mario Party.
You can use amiibo stuff,
But you have to remove your
but
Smash
you have to remove the
data.
data.
I don't think I'm willing
That's
to do that.
I might. If I
Buy
do,
2 amiibos.
No, if I do get Mario Party 10, I will save Rosalina just for Mario Party. Well, she'll be my dedicated Mario Party character because she is in Mario Party 10, which is nice.
Yeah.
Means I can actually use the best girl.
But yeah, I thought that was interesting. Yeah, you can have amiibos, but
You got to erase your Smash data.
Good
Your,
luck
your
with that
level
Smash
50,
data.
Your level 50 character that
that
can perfect
impossible
guard.
to kill, yeah.
Yeah.
The one that never misses a meteor.
Yeah, that's what they did to, speaking of amiibos, that's what our friends did to, I don't know, I got Samus,
Oh,
and
yeah?
I named her Sea Waifu. It's like Sea Viper, but it's like Cyber Waifu. And then they taught her to perfect guard and to like grab out of guard and stuff like that. So like she'll just do it on reaction now. Like that's where she's at.
Oh,
So
wow.
good luck with that.
That's scary.
Level 50. Yeah, dude, those level 50 amiibos are frightening.
Did you hear about the fox that almost won a tournament?
Oh yeah, well
Like,
that
he
was
got- he
this
got
was like a
really-
while
got
ago,
really
like when the
far.
Amiibos first got released and people didn't really realize how good they can get. But like they'll learn and like eventually you're just playing against more than a professional player almost.
Yeah, like he definitely didn't make it through like the winner segment, but he like
No, he made
tore,
it,
he
he made it
tore
like
through the
third or fourth.
losers.
He's like third or fourth place.
Yeah, but he got sent to the losers bracket and then tore through the losers bracket.
Yeah.
Pretty
Well,
hard.
They're a bunch of losers. So.
Pretty hard. Like it was
Well,
funny.
it's
It was
funny because like by the end, like the worse, like the longer it stays in the tournament, the better it's gonna get because it'll learn.
Yeah.
Even if it's a level 50, it's still gonna learn different techniques. It doesn't just
Yeah,
keep. It doesn't
that's
just
the beauty
stop.
about it. Like level 50 is just.
It's just it's just a title, and it means you can like use all these different skills, but then like it's still learning. So it's like basically we're designing.
They're gonna take
Terminators.
over the world.
We're designing Terminators right now through amiibos.
So what was this about overlooked games in the past?
Oh yeah. So I think one of my favorite overlooked games. I wouldn't say it's technically overlooked because it is like a greatest hits on PlayStation. But like whenever I talk to people, they've never heard of this game. I was talking to you guys before we started, and I was talking about Vanquish.
Right.
Is a platinum game that was published by Sega. It is a third-person shooter where you are in a cyber suit and like you slide around. So like think Iron Man if he like couldn't fly but was like
Just-
sliding around
just
everywhere.
scraping his knees on the ground.
Literally scraping his knees around the ground. It's like it's like that.
Yeah, I didn't know about this game until like you told me about it like last weekend.
Yeah, no, this is basically like actually the hypest third-person shooter I've ever played, and it has difficulty to match. When I first played it, I did not get past the first boss battle for like 20 tries.
Oh god.
Like once you get into it, it's such a good skill curve where like all of a sudden you're doing things that you like.
Right.
You're like, oh wait, I can do this. I can slide and then like go right into cover and then like slide out of cover and kick a guy and then shoot him in the air because like you'll like slide up and then like jump and then kick a guy and then bounce off and then it's like in slow mo and you just start shooting them and stuff like that. Like,
Oh wow.
I
There's
haven't
a lot of
actually
stuff
seen
to
any
it.
gameplay for this, but like from what you've told me, it sounds a lot like what you just showed us. The
Metal Wolf Chaos.
yeah, Metal Wolf
Chaos.
Chaos.
Metal Wolf Chaos.
With like the robots and the
Speaking.
sliding and stuff.
Yeah.
Speaking of games that should have been more hype than it turned out to
Okay, Metal Wolf Chaos. I think it just didn't get very wide release. It's just hard to find now. Well, because like buying that game now is like $200.
Like
Oh.
every
That,
citizen.
he says like
No,
it's,
it's expensive.
we were watching Two Best Friends and eventually during the video he's like, yeah, I had to spend like $180-$200 on this.
Oh, wow.
Like
I
it's
think
hard
that
to find.
I think there are like English copies.
Well, I mean that was
'Cause
that was in English.
The,
Oh, yeah, it was.
Richard.
I mean, the voice acting, it obviously has to be English voice acting. As American as
Well,
that
it's just like
was.
Metal Gear Solid, where it's like it has to be in English, like that.
But,
Like I'm
um,
pretty sure like they record English first. And then
Yeah, I've seen Twitch like speed runs through Metal Wolf Chaos, and it's
my
just
God.
it's just the hypest stuff. Like
Yeah.
there's a costume at the end where you're basically just, if you can imagine Captain America in a mecha suit. That's what he is, and like all his missiles come out as like fireworks,
fireworks.
and sparkles and stuff. And
Like,
it's just
and
the
in
coolest
the
thing.
background, she's just like America.
But it's so great that game.
That game. No. it is.
Whenever we get mechas in the future, I'm gonna spray paint my whole thing like the American flag.
Yeah, yours would be American. What would mine even be? I don't know. It would
As
be
Asian as I am.
Oh my god. Yeah, I hadn't really thought about that. I don't know what my mecha would be.
What would my mecha be? I probably have the most normal looking mecha in the world. Just
But no, it'd be like
you just have the average
You have
citizen
glasses on?
mecha. Yeah.
Your mecha has glasses.
no, but it's like Metabots, where like you have like this really crappy, decrepit,
Metabots.
crappy, decrepit robot, but then it like beats
Yeah.
everything into
Like
a
that's the
pulp.
point. I just want the deception there. Like, oh, he's harmless.
It's like a sleeper car.
And then he makes sassy comments to you when you're not fighting. Oh my gosh. Were there any overlooked games for you?
Jet Force Gemini
Okay.
for the N64.
This
He
game-
showed us this earlier.
I did. I did just show this to you guys.
and I'm still not completely sure
It
what
was
I've
like
seen.
it was a dude
it's
fighting
a very
ants to
obscure
save
sort of plot.
koalas.
Yeah, it was dudes
Yeah,
that
yeah.
had to shrink themselves to save koalas.
Save koalas from
ants.
robot ants.
But the robot
robots.
ants were
The
big
robot
enough to
ants.
kill koalas.
What?
Were the robot ants big enough to kill koalas, or were these koalas ant size? That's
Okay, how does
I
this
don't
work? Yeah, we only saw gameplay.
It's been quite a while since I played it. I'm assuming the koalas are ant-sized.
where is this world? Where are we?
It's an
basically
interesting
Pikmin.
world.
It's basically
Yeah.
Pikmin.
But for the time period, like it was a really fun game because for the time that it came out, it was an N64 game.
What kind of game is it?
It's a third-person shooter.
Okay.
Yeah.
It
It's
looks surprisingly crisp.
yeah. It
for
was
N64.
Yeah, no, it probably ran at like 60 and like, cause I mean, to be fair, it wasn't rendering that much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like there'd be like maybe 2 other dudes on the screen at any given time.
Yeah.
But no, it ran really smooth. I was
Yeah.
impressed by that.
Yeah, and it was just overall a fun game and an interesting game, to say the least. And so that's why I enjoyed it a lot. And I'm surprised it wasn't as big at the time as.
No, it
Was
did
it?
all right. It did all
was
right.
all right.
It didn't do bad.
But like, not a lot of people know about it now.
Yeah, no, I
It
think
is a
so.
pretty old game though.
No, it's.
I mean,
it's
you
old.
think about what you remember from
Well, you think of Mario.
Nintendo 64, and
Yeah.
it
Like
was
a
just
Smash.
it was dominated by
You think of
most
Kart.
things Mario.
Yeah,
GoldenEye.
exactly.
And then there was like GoldenEye. There
Yeah.
was Diddy Kong Racing, and then there was Turok.
Okay, time out. Go back. Diddy Kong Racing is not more popular than Mario Kart.
No, it's not
Like,
more
that's the
popular,
one you
but that's
think
a
of?
big one. That's
Okay.
Diddy Kong Racing was pretty big.
I'm white, so I don't know.
Oh, okay. You know what? That's fair.
I didn't play
In the
it.
black community,
Diddy Kong,
Diddy Kong.
Was a symbol. You don't understand.
like it's just like Smash. Every black player
Oh yeah, the chart.
has
Yeah,
that,
you gotta
has
go back
that
to the
hidden
chart.
Diddy.
Well, everyone's got. Okay, yeah.
has that
We want to
pocket
talk about Diddy. Everyone's got a pocket Diddy in Pro
Shout out,
Smash
shout
right
out to
now.
Nakat right now.
Oh my god.
Except me, because my DS is broken.
Pocket. Yeah, you literally don't have pocket.
This is why I'm getting a new one for Monster Hunter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, please do. I don't know if you could trade in the one you have, but
Probably not.
If it's broken, they give you less money, but you should still be able to.
I'll check that.
I think it's like what, $70, $80 for regular size
Just be like,
TVs?
yo, this is the only thing that doesn't work. like, yeah.
the most important
the
thing.
most important thing. You can't connect to the internet.
Yeah.
Don't or
I'm
or
sure. I'm
play
sure.
local.
Like GameStop or whatever can probably fix it.
Maybe they don't check it. You can just be like, oh yeah, it's good.
Okay, we'll get into this later.
But okay, this game got a little bit of attention, but it didn't do as successfully as it should have, in my opinion. And it was Brutal Legend.
Okay, this is the Tim Schafer game, right?
Yes, Double Fine
game.
Entertainment. This was Jack Black's creation, and it's just
His piece de resistance.
it's so great. It's
Okay, so
hilarious.
what is it?
God, just
Describe
think of
Brutal Legend.
Okay, so it starts off where you're a roadie doing this like show, doing this gig on tour with this Linkin Park-esque group that does like really grungy and metal sounds, but then it turns into like super pop music.
So actually,
It's
Linkin
like
Park. Okay.
it's like just imagine if all of NSYNC's songs had like a metal background to them.
Interesting.
And like that's who he was doing like his gigs for. Like he was a roadie for them. And so like the stage collapses and he like tries to push them out of the way and save them. And so he's like resurrected by this metal demon dog thing and is sent into this world where you're in like the medieval times, but the entire world is like metal themed.
So this is like imagine like a really big version of Jack Black
Yep.
in a metal world,
In a
and
medieval metal world,
he
where
has a
wields
motorcycle.
his druid plow is what he calls it.
I can't imagine why this game didn't do well with the mainstream market.
It's a little out there.
No,
It-
it's like
it's so out
I've
there.
played it.
It's
It's
so
like an
out there.
action strategy game,
Yeah, it's really
which
fun.
is really strange to
They
think
have
about.
Yeah.
they have some strategy elements to it. That's actually what the entire multiplayer aspect of it is based around, that one little mini game.
Yeah, it's like a tower defense style thing. It's really like you wouldn't think that'd be a genre. You'd think it'd be like God of War, but with
Yeah.
metal.
I've only seen like the action parts of the game, so I didn't see
Yeah.
any of like the strategy part.
No, yeah, but
then it
it's
just
got
has,
a lot
like,
of depth to it.
If
but-
you're a metalhead, it just has like the greatest metal soundtrack to just be playing a game with.
It's true. It's not bad.
A lot of popular songs, a lot of songs where you don't really know these groups, they're a little underground, so to speak, but it was really good.
Yeah.
It was a surprise, to say the least. It's an average game, but considering what the concept was, it turned out really well. Much better
agree.
than what it should have been.
Yeah, no, it's good to see like Tim Schafer and Double Fine like still around. Luckily, actually, I don't know, is Double Fine technically still around, or is it just Tim Schafer doing indie stuff on Kickstarter? Because like he did Broken Age, which there's like whatever his team is, I believe it's Double Fine. It might not be. Are working on Broken Age episode 2 right now, which would finish the story of that. And they kickstarted that, and that was like the first really big Kickstarter. So like that's where like that's your pedigree. Like he has a reputation. So like if you want to check that game out, there's definitely a lot too. Like comedy-wise, like he wrote like Grim Fandango and a lot of those games back in the day, Monkey Island. Like he's responsible for a lot of like important stuff, especially in the adventure game genre. So yeah, nope, definitely a good sense of humor about it. Blah 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 blah. So yeah, is there anything else you guys wanted to talk about?
Battle tanks.
Battle tank. Okay, what's
What is
battle,
Battle
tanks?
Tanks?
Battle
You've been
Tanks.
mentioning this forever. Let's hear it.
It was a game from my childhood, very dear to me.
Well, it's got tanks in it. So
It was an N64 game. It had a green cartridge, and basically it's. Have you guys ever seen World of Tanks?
yeah.
It's kind of like that.
Okay, how does that work on N64 though?
Basically, it's you're controlling these tanks and you're fighting each other, and you have like this variety of tanks that you can choose from. You have like the small, like really fast ones, and then like just like big guys that shoot like missiles and stuff. And yeah, you have like a variety of different weapons to use and stuff on your tanks and everything. You're just going around and you're trying to kill each other.
Oh,
Yeah, and sometimes one of my favorite things from it was
You're good.
yeah, was like these missiles that you could actually control. So you shoot the missiles, and then you're controlling
So
the
it's a
missiles
guided
instead.
missile.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Was
This
is this
reminds me of
multiplayer?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, wow.
this reminds me of a game that was on the PlayStation, but it was called Steel Rain.
It just
But-
reminded me of like Twisted Metal, but with tanks. That's what I was thinking.
If you want
Twisted Metal
twisted, if
too.
you want twisted metals on the N64, there's a Vigilante. I had that game too,
You
and it
have
was
like the weirdest collection
what
of
is this?
not games, but they're games. Like,
but yeah, it was literally twisted metal on the N64.
like you have like a Costco brand version of these games going for you.
God, what happened to Twisted Metal? They like had that remake.
The last one they had, it was the remake for the PS3, the
What happened
reboot.
to it?
It did okay. It didn't do that great, and that's the problem. Like they pushed it pretty hard, but they didn't like. This is the problem with Sony. If I like, we want to get into this a little bit. They don't advertise their games very well. You don't see commercials for their games. You just hear by word of mouth and trailers you see on like game sites like Kotaku and Polygon and IGN or something. You just have to know, and that's the problem. Is a lot of people don't know about games like Twisted Metal.
Yeah.
Anyways, sorry, that was a little somber. What a downer. But yeah, battle tanks.
yeah,
That's a thing. That is
it's a thing.
Alright.
Check it out.
Okay.
It's a fun game.
All right. Well, thank you guys for listening to this episode of Next Gen Nation podcast. We're happy to welcome you guys to our new site. You can check us out at next-gennation.com to check out our podcast and Controllers Down, our other segment where we talk about other fun stuff. And Demedy hosts, and it is blah, blah, blah. It is a good time.
It is a good time.
I don't know how to
It's a
speak.
short time. It's a fun time.
It's a short time.
Short time, fun time. Just chillax. Just talk about stuff.
Just talk about stuff that is not game or anime related, so you might actually hear stuff that you don't know about. There you go. All right. Thanks for listening, guys.
See ya.
Bye.